Hello everyone, this is Manikyala Rao working as Assistant Professor in the Department of CSC and ML in BVRIT in Nasapur. Now today we have to discuss about the regression concepts and along with types and what are the methods are to be used in the regression. Everything we need to be discussed in this. So now I will show you one by one. So what is regression and what is the regression analysis? It is the relationship between measure the relationship between a dependent variable and one or more independent variables. Here dependent variable is called as outcome and independent variable is called as prediction. Just like, for example, if I taken the example for age with that particular date of birth, age with date of birth. So whenever based on the date of birth, the age value will be increased continuously. That is, so when we are changing the date of birth, the year age, so that age is also to be changed. So that is the independent and dependent variables. When we are changing one thing, for example, the regression equation is y equal to mx plus c. So when we are changing the value of x and that y value will be changed. So we have to change the value of x. This value, this is called it as dependent variable. This is dependent and this is called it as independent variable. When we are changing independent variable, the independent variable will be changed. So we are having different types of regression types. We are having linear regression and non-linear regression. Linear regression means all the graph lines will be in the straight line format. Non-linear regression means all the graphs in curved shapes like this or like this. Different types of curved shape forms are to be there in non-linear regression. So coming to linear regression, these are the different types of linear regressions. Now, simple and multiple linear regression is also called it as linear models. It is also called it as linear models. Stepwise, lasso, elastic net and ridge, these three are also called it as shrinkage methods. Shrinkage methods. So based on that we have to write the things. So these are linear regression models and these are non-linear regression models. These are straight line format and these are curved shape format. I will show you one by one. So coming to first one, linear regression. Linear regression means it is equal to y is equal to mx plus c. X is an independent variable, y is a dependent variable. So it is the relationship between, it contains only one independent and one dependent variable. It contains only one independent and one independent variable. That is called as linear regression. It is used to show the relationship between input and output, meaning that it contains a constant rate when the input changes. So that means when we are changing the value of x, the y value will also change. The reflection. So it will be changed means the y value will be changed. So we need to show the graph y is equal to mx plus c. So this here theta 2 is called as slope. So we have to show the theta like this here. This is called as theta, slope value. That is the linear regression concept for this. So for example, we want to predict the student exam score based on how many hours they are studying. That is based on that one, based on the hours they are studying and how many hours they are to be used for that studying. Based on that only we have to assume the exam scores. That is just like the general example for linear regression. So now the next type, simple linear regression. Simple linear regression means it has only one independent variable and one dependent variable. So beta is not is a constant, b1 is a slope value. So I will show you one by one. So y is equal to 10x plus 0.82. So this is the constant value. This 10 means slope value. So x and y values will be there. Y is equal to 10x. So y is equal to 10. So it is the 10. So 10x plus intercept value 0.82. So here 0.82. So we based on the equation we have to show the graph like this. That is called it as simple linear regression. So y is equal to beta naught plus b1x. Next one, multiple linear regression. That means it contains more than one independent variable. So that means b naught plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2 plus and so on b naught x1. So let us assume that we are taking one example 10x1 plus 14x2 plus 16x3 plus 5. So I will show you for example, let us assume that I taken the x1, x2, x3 values 532. Based on that we are calculating 129, next 105 and 145 and 167. These all are the assumpted values we are taken. Randomly we are taken the values for this one. So now we are taken this one. So first one 129. some 129 to 105, then 145, then 167. Based on these points, we are drawn the multiple linear regression means it contains more than one line of representation. More than one line of representation. So it contains two lines. So more than one line of linear regression predictions are there. So that is about multiple linear regressions. Based on these values also, we are written in the red graph. Group 1, this is group 1 and this group 2 we are showing here. So that is about multiple linear regression. Next one is stepwise linear regression. Stepwise linear regression means it is similar to multiple linear regression, but the main thing is first we have to start the model and then add the variables with highest correlation. For example, if you are taking the variables like some 20, 10, 30, 40, these are the values are there. Whenever whatever the values we are taken and our target values is exactly matched with our exactly highest with that. For example, our obtained value we are taken as 50. So the highest correlation that is related to more than 50 value is there. That value we need to add into our variable. So in this set, if more than 50 value is not there, we don't want to add into our variables. Then we have to calculate the odds value 0.75, that is a fixed value. Based on that, if it is any significant variables are there, means we don't want to take and we need to write the final mode as 0.82. In case if any variables are significant, we need to remove the insignificant variables from the structure. So insignificant variables means just like the value is not correlated with the existing values, this type of all the values will be removed from the given set. That is called as stepwise regression. Next one, lasso. Lasso means least absolute shrinkage and selection operator. So it is used to find out the overfitting and underfitting concepts in the given equation. So that formula is B0 plus B1x plus E. So B1 means the coefficient of experience. So those all are the coefficients. J of B is equal, beta is equal to 1 by 2n into Ya minus y cap. So Ya means our initial coordinate points and y cap means sum of all mean values plus lambda is a constant value and beta j modulus means the sum of all the values for the beta j coefficient values. So when it is 0, it is ordinary least square regression. In case if it is increases, that is towards 0. So see here the lasso regression. See, it is used, the main difference between simple and the lasso regression means only one difference. Simple linear regression is used to uncover some of the points in the given data set, but in lasso linear regression it is used to cover all the points in detail. So see here, all the individual points will be covered, but in case of simple linear regression they covers only few points with the line format. So here we will cover all the points in the years of experience and salary. So it is used to draw the line and they will cover all the lines points with the in detail structure. So that is about lasso linear regression. Now coming to ridge linear regression. So ridge linear regression is same as simple linear regression. The same formula for this, but here we are having beta j whole square. So in lasso linear regression we are using L1 penalty term and the ridge linear regression we are using L2 penalty term. So L2 means it is used to cover only few points and that is in the form of different shape, not in a curved shape and not in a straight line. They will show with a different format that value points will be matched. So here we are touching only 2 points. We have to touch only 2 points. So different format of shape is to be regression. Ridge regression means it is contains L2 penalty term. So that is about ridge linear regression. And next one, elastic net regression. Elastic net regression means it is a combination of L1 and L2 penalties and the combination of lasso and ridge is called as elastic net. So that means the same formula 1 by beta j plus beta j square. This is used for lasso. This is used for ridge. Combination of lasso and ridge is called as elastic net and those two graphs, curved shape and straight line, will be combined with to form the elastic net representation like this. So here it contains lasso representation and it contains same as it is ridge representation will be there for this. Now next one, Bayesian linear regression. So Bayesian linear regression means it is used to show the factors. So y is equal to x power t plus beta plus epsilon. So x means future factor, that means the individual future factors in the given example with the random variables whatever we are having. We have to show the main thing, the predicted regression line. That means we have to predict the regression line within this boundary, whatever the boundary we are to be given, within this boundary we have to show the Bayesian regressions like this. That is about the Bayesian linear regression. Next one, this polynomial regression is called as non-linear regression. So we have to show all the values in curved shape format. So a0, a1, x1 plus, and it is used to allow n number of more independent variables. But the main thing here is you have to show the graph like in the form of curved shape. And the advantage of polynomial expression invocation means it is used to solve more number of complex solves, just like they need to solve a plus bx or ax plus bx square plus cx cube. Complex queries or expressions they need to solve by using polynomial linear regression. Now, decision tree regression. So, decision tree regression means, so based on the root node. So, this is our root node. These are the right child node and this is a left child node we are having. So, based on that we have to show in the form graph. This is the representation for root node. This is left and this is right. Like this, all the points is to be connected in the form of decision trees. After that left, here we are having left means again we have to do like this, right means we need to go like this, next we have to go like this. In this way we have to frame the graphs. That is called as decision tree format based on the given equations. A random forest algorithm. Decision tree contains only one decision tree. Random forest contains more number of decision tree. So out of all the decision tree, we have, for example, we are taking some training depth. It contains decision tree 1, decision tree 2 and decision tree n. Out of all the decision tree, for example, they are having voting 10. It is voting 10 and it is voting 20. So out of all the decision trees, whatever the count is having majority, we are voting that one. So we are having majority is 10. So finally we will predict that value is 10. So like this we are dividing the random forest regression. So I will show you example, you will understand. So this is the instance, it contains a basket of fruits. So we are dividing that one into 3 trees. So first tree contains class A of apple, second tree contains class A of apple and third tree contains class B of banana. So out of these three, the majority is class A apple. So the apple, it is our final class. Apple is our final class. So like this we are distributing the random forest linear regression. Next one, support vector regression. Support vector regression means it is used to show the data points along with RBF. RBF means radial basis functions. Radial basis functions. So radial basis functions means it is to be implemented in the artificial neural networks. It is used to show the exact value and the vectors is to be represented in the given points. Based on the given point, we have to draw with the line. So this dashed line is called it as RBF points line. Connected the RBF points line that is connected with the neural networks. That is about support vector linear regression. Next one, Poisson regression. So Poisson regression is it is also called it as a linear model. Why we are not calling it as a linear regression or non-linear regression means Poisson regression, it shows the variables. It shows the variables or characters in linear format, but they shows the relationships in non-linear. It is a combination of linear variables and non-linear relationship. That's why we are calling this as linear model. So it is used to show the curve like this. They need to show the points like this. So the extra feature of Poisson is it is used to count the data and fit the data, export it to the particular fit value. So based on our values, it is used to count how many points is connected and what points is to be exactly fit to our particular data set. Those all are to be mentioned in the Poisson regression. Now coming to logistic regression. So logistic regression contains 3 types: multi-binomial, multinomial and ordinal. Binomial means it contains either true or false, 0 or 1. Multinomial means it contains the data will be shown is not in ordered format, unordered format. So they will show cat, dog, sheep, or they will show dog, cat, sheep. Like this they need to show the values. Ordinal means compulsory they need to follow some order. First they need to take low, then they need to take medium and then they need to take high value. High, low, then medium, ordered format. They don't want to follow any order. Unordered format, they need to show the values. That is called as logistic regression. In logistic regression, the curve will be like this. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. With the values based on this origin value, we need to show the graph like this. That is logistic regression. Next one is least square method. So least square method is used in the linear regression, simple linear regression and non-linear regressions. So why we are using this one means y is equal to mx plus b. So this is the regression line, and in this least square method means it is used to minimize sum of square distances between observed data points and predicted data values. Observed data points means the values outside of the given boundaries, and the given observed data points means observed means outside values, predicted values means that is to be near to our point. These all are called as predicted values. We have to predict the values. So observe this least square method. No, even a single point, not even a single point is touching with the line. It shows some of the error, and that shows with the regression line. So that is about the least square method in the equation. So we have to calculate least square method means that is y is equal to mx plus c. This is our formula, y is equal to mx plus c. So m value we need to calculate like this, and c value is this one. Sigma xy means the sum of product of x and y, and sigma x means sum of the x and sum of y, sum of value square and sum of values of squares, like this. So first we need to calculate capital X value. So capital X means the sum of first coordinate values 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 divided by total 5. Then the second coordinate values 3, 4, 8, 10, 15 divided by 5. So that value is 8. So based on these two, we have to substitute to get the equation value. So first we need to calculate xi value, then x minus xi. So x value is, capital X value is 4.2. So 4.2 minus 1, 4.2 minus 2, like that we are taking. Capital I value, y value whatever we are calculating, so that value. So y value what we are getting here, 8. So now the y value we are taken as 8. So x minus xi, y minus 5. So 4.2 minus 1. Here 8 minus 3. So 1 into 3, just next to the product x minus xi into y minus y. So 3.2 into 5, that value 16. So next to x minus xi whole square. So this value whole square to calculate the value of m. So finally we got the m value is 1.68. So it is nearly up to 2 decimal point only we are taking 1.68. So y equal to mx plus c means c value we are calculating y minus mx. So y value we already know 8. Minus m value 1.68 into x value we know 4.2. So that is 0.94. So our equation mx plus c means m value is 1.68 and c value is 0.94. So that is about how to find out the least square method in the regression line. Next one is ridge regression. So ridge regression is also one of the type of shrinkage method I already given. So sum of square root of errors plus delta into theta I whole square. It is used to find out the L2 penalty term. It is mainly uses to represent for the overfitting and underfitting conditions. So that is about ridge linear regression. Next one, Lasso linear regression. So Lasso linear regression means it contains annual penalty term. So that is used to find out the overfitting. Here the sum of products of theta is sum of square root errors, whatever the errors are there, and that irrelevant future errors whatever we are to be taken, that we have to find out in the Lasso linear regression. Elastic means the combination of ridge regression, that means delta I. This is Lasso linear regression and this is ridge linear regression. Combination of both is called it as elastic net regression. And what are the different case studies and ridge methods we have to use for this one? What regression types we have to use, what regression methods we have to use, see this one. So for example, I take the case study as credit risk prediction. So in this, what type we have to use linear regression? Why? Because in the credit risk, what is the credit value they are having? Based on the credit, they need to issue the particular graph. We have to check the graph whether they are having any negative points or whether they are having any positive points. We have to show the negative or positive, only simple things. That's why we are using linear regression type. Method, why we are using ridge method means, so they are having many drawbacks in the credit risk. If you are not observing the exact minus points and plus points means, directly we are issuing the particular risk means we have to do the predictions and we have to face some of the risk points based on the credit risk. And next one, Gini selection diabetes. So the Gini selection is also we have to use simple linear regression, and the method we are using Lasso. Why? Because the Lasso method is used to identify the similar minimum points that is to be occurred in the particular key. Then house price prediction. House price prediction means it is used to based on the number of rooms or feet, the value will be changed. That's why we are using multiple linear regression. More number of independent variables are there based on the feeds, based on the rooms selection. Like that, we are showing the multiple linear regression. OLS means ordinary least square method, and that ordinary least square method is also called as simple and linear multiple linear regressions. So RIDGE why we are using means it is used to avoid some of the data point conditions. Next, medical diagnosis, that is used for logic diagnosis. So that means that may be true or that may be false. You have to show only binary logistic variable, binomial logistic variable. So here you have to use loss or ridge regression means, so the complicated type of or complex type of conditions we need to handle by using this OLS method. High risk patients using shrinkage methods. Marketing, customer change. So marketing is also having some of the high profit will be there or less profit will be there based on the purchasing of the products. That's why we are using logistic. Why? Because logistic contains binomial logistic regression. Then elastic net means it is used to handle both L1 and L2 penalty term. L1 means lasso and L2 means ridge regression. So to form the predict the churn risk, what is the related things you have to be retained for the given example. So that is about the given customer type of case studies is to be used in the given regression types. Thank you.
Vishnu Audio Visual Center, like and share and subscribe and click bell icon.